Hi, everybody. You like basketball videos about random players? So do I. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite players of all time, one of my favorite Bulls of all time, and one of the best and most underrated white point guards with goggles of all time. That is Kirk Hinrich. Kirk Hinrich grew up in Sioux City, Iowa. He was exposed to basketball at an early age. His father coached him from the third grade through high school. With his father as coach, Heinrich's basketball team at Sioux City West High School achieved an 82-9 record over 4 years and won the Iowa State Championship when Heinrich was a senior. When he graduated, Heinrich was West High's all-time leader in points, steals, and assists. As a high school senior, Heinrich was named the 1999 Co-Iowa Mr. Basketball, along with future college teammate and roommate Nick Collison. Heinrich originally committed to play basketball at Iowa State, but when the coach at the time, Tim Floyd, took the head coaching position for the NBA Chicago Bulls, Heinrich changed his mind and decided to attend the University of Kansas. As a freshman at Kansas, Heinrich tallied 123 assists. The next year, he ranked 8th in the nation in assists per game, led his team in steals and set a Jayhawks record with a 50% three-point shooting average. Heinrich was also voted onto the Associated Press All-Big 12 second team and earned all third-team status from the NCAA coaches. Alongside Nick Collison, Heinrich led the Jayhawks to 2 consecutive Final Four appearances in his junior and senior seasons respectively. In his senior season, they made it all the way to the championship and they faced Carmelo Anthony in Syracuse. Kansas eventually lost, but Heinrich was named the Midwest region's most outstanding player. He ranked second on his team in scoring and led them in three-pointers, while also contributing 3.5 assists per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 1.9 steals per game. Following the season, he was named third-team All-American by the Associated Press, and he was voted on the All-Big 12 second team. He led his team in free throw shooting and three-point shooting. In 2009, Heinrich's jersey was retired and raised to the rafters of the Allen Fieldhouse. Hinrich was just the 25th jersey to be retired by Kansas and is an honor reserved for the highest caliber of player, which includes names like Wilt Chamberlain and Paul Pierce. In 2003, Hinrich was drafted number 7th overall by the Chicago Bulls, where he would eventually earn the nickname Captain Kirk, coined by Stacey King. The Bulls selecting Hinrich with the 7th overall pick resulted in mild surprise because he had been expected to be a mid to late first-round draft pick. Some doubted that his college game would translate successfully to the professional league, in part because he played shooting guard for his final 2 years in college and was considered too small to play that position professionally. Heinrich's high selection in the draft is credited to a good workout in front of the NBA team scouts. The Bulls needed a point guard as Jay Williams was severely injured in a motorcycle accident. In Heinrich's rookie season, he suffered an acute viral infection, requiring months to fully recover. However, after his recovery, he played well, showing a continued good grasp of fundamental skills, solid playmaking, and leadership. He also had a surprising defensive intensity. He solidified his position as the Bulls' starting point guard and was named to the 2004 NBA All-Rookie First Team. He held the distinction for being the only rookie during that season to record a triple-double, with 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists versus the Golden State Warriors on February 28, 2004. In his rookie season, he actually shot better from the three than he did from the field. 39% from 3, 38.6% from the field respectively. He was also named to the NBA's Got Milk All-Rookies First Team along with D. Wade, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosh. He was also awarded the Bulls' Most Valuable Player Award and Player of the Year Award for the 2003-2004 season. Heinrich's field goal percentage went up in his second season. Along with his intense on-court demeanor, he was involved in a minor scuffle between the Bulls and the Wizards in the preseason of his second year. He was fined $10,000 on a drive to the basket. Then Wizards player Larry Hughes headbutted Hinrich out of bounds, which prompted Bulls players Antonio Davis and Eddie Curry to get into a fight with Wizards center Brennan Haywood. Hughes, Haywood, Curry, and Davis were all suspended for at least one game by the NBA. The Bulls later met the Wizards in the first round of the playoffs, and the possible start of a rivalry was born. Though he began his second season as a team starting point guard, he was quickly moved into the shooting guard spot 9 games into the season. due to the team's 0-9 start. Ben Gordon was then moved to the bench as the Bulls' sixth man. The player who took over the starting point guard position was rookie Chris Duhon. After this move was made, the Bulls started to gain team chemistry, and the starting lineup was geared more towards defense, with Gordon coming off the bench to spark the team's scoring. The Bulls then made a run throughout the rest of the season to finish 47-35, becoming the first team ever to start off 0-9 and still reach the playoffs, where they earned the fourth seed in the Eastern Conference. After winning the first two games of the series with the Wizards, they lost the last four, including a last-second loss at home in Game 6, and were eliminated. During the offseason, the Bulls exercised the fourth-year option on Hinrich's contract, making him sign through the 2007 season. Hinrich improved in virtually every statistical category in his second season, including scoring, shooting, rebounding, and defense. In his third year in the NBA, Hinrich's field goal percentage went up to 41%, although his three-point shooting accuracy fell to 35%. His career free throw shooting average was at 80.5, making him one of the better free throw shooters on the Bulls. The team traded away Antonio Davis and Eddie Curry in the offseason, and the team struggled until making a late-season run to gain the seventh seed in the playoffs, where they faced the eventual champs, the Miami Heat, in the first round. It was in the third game of the series of the Heat's James Posey shoulder-tackled Hinrich as he ran the fast break. Hinrich ended the 05-06 season averaging a career-high 16 points per game, a team-high 6.5 assists per game, and 3.6 rebounds per game, while shooting a career-high 41.8% from the field and a then-career-high 81.5% from the free throw line. He was the only member of the Chicago Bulls to average more than one steal per game in the 2005-2006 season. Hinrich received a multi-year contract extension on October 31, 2006, which was the deadline for the deal. In his fourth season, he improved his stats in shooting and scoring, with career highs in field goals, three-point field goals, and free throw shooting percentage, as well as a career-high 16.6 points per game. However, Hinrich's assist average was the lowest of his career, and he also grabbed the fewest rebounds per game of his career. In a game against the Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade injured his wrist while being defended by Hinrich. Heat coach Pat Riley suggested that Hinrich injured Dwayne Wade's wrist on purpose. During the Bulls' first game of the 2007 playoffs against the Miami Heat, Hinrich threw his mouthpiece into the stands after being assessed a charging foul. Hinrich received a technical foul for his actions as well as a $25,000 fine. Technically, Hinrich should have been ejected from the game, but he was allowed to stay in. Bulls coach Scott Skiles was quoted as saying, "What Kirk did the other day, that's supposed to be an automatic ejection. They didn't see it. Hopefully nothing like that happens again." The Bulls went on to sweep the Heat before being eliminated in 6 games by the Detroit Pistons. Hinrich was named to the NBA's All-Defensive Second Team in the 06-07 season. Hinrich received 7 first-team votes and 4 second-team votes for a total of 18 points. In the 2007-2008 season, Hinrich's numbers dropped across the board, averaging then career lows in points, assists, rebounds, and minutes played. He only appeared in 75 games and started 72 of them due to minor injuries. The Bulls missed the playoffs and finished with a dismal 33-49 record. Hinrich did score a career-high 38 points in the win over the Indiana Pacers on January 23, 2008. In 2008-2009, due to the arrival of number 1 pick Derrick Rose, Hinrich was relegated to a backup role at the point guard position. Injuries also held him to just 51 games played in that season with only 4 starts. During the 2009 NBA playoffs, Hinrich averaged 30 minutes per game, 3 assists, 1.7 steals, and 12.6 points. The Bulls lost to the Celtics in the first round of the playoffs in a thrilling 7-game series. In the 2009-2010 season, in a game against the Sixers, Hinrich became the Bulls' all-time leader in three-point field goals, surpassing Ben Gordon's record of 770. Hinrich finished the season averaging 11 points per game, 4.5 assists per game, and 1.2 steals per game as the Bulls made the final 8th seed spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. In the playoffs, Hinrich averaged 12.4 points and 4 assists, with the Bulls lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games. This led to the firing of Bulls then head coach Vinny Del Negro. On July 8, 2010, Hinrich was traded to the Washington Wizards, along with draft rights to forward Kevin Seraphin, in exchange for draft rights to Vladimir Varamenko. Hinrich began to wear glasses during gameplay during his tenure with the Wizards after learning from Wizards optometrists that he could lose sight in his left eye if he was hit. In his short tenure with the Wizards, he averaged 11 points, 4.4 assists, and 2.2 rebounds per game. In 2011, Hinrick was traded to the Atlanta Hawks, along with Hilton Armstrong in exchange for Mike Bibby, Jordan Crawford, Maurice Evans, and a first-round pick in a 2011 NBA draft. At the end of the season, the Hawks made the playoffs as a fifth seed. In Game 6 of the first round against the Magic, Hinrick injured his hamstring and subsequently missed the entire second round of the playoffs, in which the Hawks ended up losing to Hinrick's former team, the Chicago Bulls. Hinrick missed the first 18 games of the 2011-2012 season after undergoing left shoulder surgery. During the season, Hinrick averaged career lows in points per game, assists per game, and minutes per game. In July of 2012, Hinrick signed a 2-year contract to return to the Chicago Bulls. In the absence of point guard Derrick Rose, Kurt began the 2012-2013 season as a Bulls starting point guard. Hinrick struggled with various injuries throughout the campaign, including an elbow infection and a stress reaction in his foot. He shot just 38% from the field and finished the year averaging 7.7 points, 5.2 assists, 2.6 rebounds, and 1 steal per game in 29 minutes average. On April 27, 2013, Hinrick played an excellent game in Game 4 of Round 1 of the NBA playoffs versus the Nets, scoring 18 points and dishing out 14 assists in 60 minutes of action as the Bulls defeated the Nets in triple overtime to give the Bulls a 3-1 series lead. However, Hinrick missed the rest of the postseason after rupturing his calf in the second quarter of that game. The Bulls were eliminated in the second round by the Miami Heat. Hinrick started the 2013-14 season as a bench player backing up Derrick Rose, but Rose suffered a torn meniscus, ending his season just 10 games in. Hinrick again became the starter. While he struggled to start the year, shooting just 36.4% from the field and 28% from three, he improved immensely following the All-Star break, shooting 42.8% from the field and 44% from the three for the remainder of the season. He also enjoyed a much healthier regular season campaign, with his 73 games played being his most since the 2009-2010 season. His 9.1 points per game average was also his highest since the 2010-2011 season. On July 2014, Hinrick re-signed with the Bulls to a reported 2-year, $5.6 million contract. On June 29, 2015, Hinrick exercised his player option with the Bulls for the 2015-2016 season. But on February 18, 2016, Hinrick was traded to the Atlanta Hawks in a 3-team trade involving the Bulls and the Utah Jazz. Hinrick's final NBA game was Game 2 of the 2016 Eastern Conference Semifinals on May 4, 2016. In that game, the Hawks would lose 98-123 to the Cleveland Cavaliers, with Hinrick recording 3 points and only 2 rebounds. I think Hinrick has one of the most underrated NCAA and NBA careers of all time. If you like this video or you like Kirk Hinrich, don't be afraid to subscribe, and if not, well, that's on you.